Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. In today's episode, I have a very special guest. Her name is Alexis, and she has this incredible YouTube channel all about monthly resets, winter health routines, like all these different cool stuff. She gives me big Fernanda Ramirez vibes. She does like a lot of self-love type of stuff, and I love her. So you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexis Davidson. Thank you so much for having me. So I create content on YouTube, and I am active on Instagram as well, but I would say that YouTube is my primary platform. I make a lot of lifestyle, content, like she said, self-love, self-help, personal development, wellness, health, everything under that kind of umbrella. I have been creating on YouTube for 2 years. I just had my 2-year anniversary this past month in January, and it's going pretty well. So, yeah, I'm really excited to be on this podcast today.
Thank you so much for coming. And I was watching your YouTube video recently about the bathroom transformation, and this is completely unrelated, but I just love it. It's so cute.
Thank you. I was so excited when I found out that I was moving to the apartment that I live in now, because I was very excited for a big bathroom. In my old place, my bathroom was super tiny and not cute at all. And I was really excited to have a bathroom that I could decorate and have all the spa clean vibes. So it's really nice.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Like the whole just vibe in there is just so cute. But
thank you.
Of course, let's get right into the episode. So the first section, we're going to be talking about YouTube. So when did you first know that you wanted to have a YouTube channel?
So I know that this sounds super cliche and like everyone always says this, but I have pretty much always wanted to have a YouTube channel since I was about 11 years old. You know, I grew up watching like Rachel Levin, RCL Beauty, and Meg DeAngelis, all of the DIY YouTubers, like back when YouTube was all bright neon, pink, yellow, super white aesthetic.
Alicia Marie.
Yes, Alicia Marie, that's my girl. Yeah, so I started watching YouTube back then, and I was very into the DIYs and everything like that. I started my YouTube channel in 2012 with like 2-minute skincare routines, but I have since deleted those videos. And I also wanted to start a YouTube channel in 2018, 2019, and I was going to do a story time channel, but I didn't end up uploading any videos for that either. I would literally just film them and be like, oh, I don't know, I'm embarrassed. Like, what if people from my school see this? But when I had my daughter in 2020, I decided that I felt like I had a good reason to start my channel. And so my channel actually started off with motherhood content. But as I, continued making videos, I would say that my first year on YouTube was mostly based on me and my daughter. But as I kept creating content and felt like I was kind of getting into a rut, I kind of went on my own little self-discovery journey, I guess you could say, and decided that I wanted to make content about me and my life. And even though my daughter is obviously a big part of my life, I wanted to make content that was kind of true to my age and where I am personally, not just based on, me being a mom. So I started making the more lifestyle, health, wellness, routine type videos about 10 months ago. So that has been my kind of journey on YouTube so far.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so did you watch Bethany Moda?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes. She's a for real OG. Like, I did all her DIYs. Yeah, I always followed along.
All the OGs.
Yeah, and I always went to, like, the Target dollar spot when she'd say all this different stuff. I did all that stuff, yes. And it seems so cool, like, the way that you started and stuff. Like, you started 2012, and then now you started to create, like, content that you like and stuff. That is incredible. And the way that you like changed, like, once you got on your self-discovery journey, I love the way that you like changed your content to be who you were. I really love when people do that, to just kind of like not focus on yourself, but kind of like, show what you want to show, and I completely get that because
sure.
yeah, with like other people that are interviewed, it's really hard for them to do that, and so it's really cool to see somebody who can do it like kind of easily. So it's really cool. So
thank you.
Yeah, what would be the main things that you say that you would need when you start a channel?
So when starting a channel, what I would recommend to most people, because I have had some people like from my town who have come to me for YouTube advice thinking about starting their own channel, and mostly I feel like they expect me to tell them, you know, kind of equipment and like the setup that you need for YouTube.
Yeah.
But I think that before you even think about any equipment that you might need, you really need to have an idea of what you want your channel to be about. Obviously, I first started with like making motherhood content, but then I kind of switched over to making the type of content that I watch personally. So like you said, for Fernanda Ramirez, that is my girl. She is one of my biggest inspirations.
I love Fernanda.
Yes, literally, that is like a huge compliment that you say that I give you her vibes, because that is my girl for real. Yes. Another girl that I like to watch is Michaela Bento. She is super motivational and I love her editing. So I decided that I wanted to make content that I like to watch. So my niche, even though it's like lifestyle, it's kind of just targeted on people who are similar to me, you know, have the same kind of aesthetic. And I feel like that's kind of how most people are on YouTube. They kind of make videos that they like to watch. So having an idea of what kind of videos you want to make is obviously a big deal. That's what your channel is going to be about. So I'd say before you even start, you have to make sure that you have your eyes set on what type of content you want to make. And then also just making sure that you have the time and dedication, because YouTube is unlike any other platform. I guess the most similar kind of platform to YouTube would be, you know, the podcast space. Just because it's more longer form content, it takes more planning, it takes more editing because the videos and podcasts are longer. And I feel like some people come to YouTube, you know, trying to make a quick buck, and that is more attainable, I feel like, on other platforms than it would be on YouTube, just because it's really about creating a tighter knit community, and people are sitting down and watching you for 7 minutes all the way up to, you know, an hour. So having the time and dedication before you spend money on equipment or any type of setup, I think is really important.
Yeah, and a lot of people go into YouTube thinking that it's easy to like gain subscribers and stuff, but it actually takes 100%. A lot of time. Yeah, like it's quicker and easier to get followers on TikTok than like YouTube, because TikTok obviously it's like short videos, but then on YouTube it's longer because it takes time to edit, film, upload, like get everything together, the thumbnails, it takes forever. And so I completely understand that. Okay, so this question is very similar to the one I just asked you, but how would you go about growing a channel? Like, if you already have it going and you want to grow it.
So, obviously, I'm a smaller creator. For those of you who don't subscribe to me on YouTube, I only have about 800 subscribers, which obviously 800 people is a ton of people, and I'm so grateful for every single person that you know, is a part of my community, but it's definitely on a smaller scale than some creators out here with 10,000, 100,000, a million, you know what I mean? So I'm obviously constantly trying to grow my channel, reach new people. The way that I find is best for growth is really just to continue in your authenticity, make videos that are true to you, as well as making videos that are searchable and clickable, making sure that your thumbnails are, you know, aesthetic and attractive, and then making sure that your videos, you know, live up to the thumbnail, if that makes sense. Because you can have a really good thumbnail and then click on the video and it could not have the best quality or not the best editing. And so people really like consistency, and just making sure that my content is consistent, and I'm always, you know, doing my best to make sure that my quality is the best for the people who view my channel. People are going to be drawn to you just based on your personality, your editing, your style, your vibe. And I think that it's really important to be true to yourself, because the way to grow your community is for people to like you for you. and, just allowing people to see the true you. I feel like some people will make a video just because they think that it will get good views, and it might, but then that's not the type of content that they want to create in the long run. So even though it is slow and steady on YouTube, I would just say to stick it out. It's worth it, and just continue to be yourself.
Yeah, because, like, if you think about different YouTubers, they're really consistent with the type of content they make. Like how we were talking about Fernanda, like, it's like the same type of content, the same niche, but it's different videos. So, like, one video may be like a 7 a.m. morning routine. The next video may be like a 5:30 productive day of my life. Like, it's the same niche, but it all has different types of videos. Also, people like Adela and Michaela Maggs, they have different videos like that. That's like the same niche, but, like, they really give you variety and stuff. And I love how they always stay true to themselves. Like, they don't have fake voices, or like they don't act different or anything. They're always staying true to themselves. Yeah. So what is one thing that you would tell your younger self when you were first starting out?
So I'm gonna go with me when I first started my YouTube channel seriously. So that's back in 2021, January of 2021. I would tell myself, number one, that my first 50 videos were not very good, and I kept getting my hopes up. Every time I would post a video, I'd be like, oh, I hope this is the one. But honestly, like, when I go back and watch, I'm like, girl, no, this is not going to be the one. And that's okay. We're always on a learning journey, making things better, trying to make each video better than the last. But I would tell myself, one, not to get my hopes up, and to just keep pushing through, because things will work out. And also, I would let her know that it's a good thing that the videos that she was making in the first, year of her channel were not the ones that were getting her a lot of attention, because I ended up switching, what my content was about. So I'm glad that I didn't gain a whole bunch of subscribers from one niche when I was going to be switching over to, a different set of kind of videos.
Yeah. I get that, because think about, like, if they subscribe to you for your motherhood videos, and then now with your more lifestyle type of content, then those people from, like, the older videos, they'd be like, well, where's these videos? And I completely get that, because I've seen that happen with YouTubers and stuff and people that I know, and it's just crazy. Like, that's why I always tell people you can, like, branch out, but mainly stick with your niche, like, sometimes it can be kind of hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I was making motherhood videos, like, there's a few, but, like, there's not too many people that are my age that are moms right now. Mm-hmm. And so I was definitely gaining subscribers that were in their mid-20s and up. And so that is totally different from what I make now with, like, young adult kind of content. Like, I would say that my main age range who watch my videos are in the 18 to 24 age range, rather than 25 and up, you know what I mean? So I'm really glad that, the videos that I make now are what are getting me, more attention and getting new subscribers and people into my community.
Yeah. So how would you, this is the beauty and fashion section. So what is one of your, like, favorite beauty products that you just swear by, like, completely? It can be makeup, skincare, body care, anything.
Okay. Well, I used to be really into makeup. I'm not so much into makeup anymore, just because I used to hide behind makeup a lot. And once I kind of, ditched makeup to kind of regain my own self-confidence in my own skin, I definitely fell off with it. But I love a good eyebrow gel, and I love lip gloss. Those are, like, the two products that I would use. If I could use no other products, it would be an eyebrow gel and a lip gloss. But I don't have a specific brand in mind, because I have not been into the makeup game lately. I need to get back on it. But as for skincare, I love Curology. That's the first thing that ever cleared my skin. I know that some people have said that it hasn't worked for them, but it was definitely a miracle worker for me, and it really helped boost my self-confidence. Right now, I just started using a new toner from the Inky List, a PHA toner, and I really like it. I think that I have developed sensitive skin since my pregnancy. My skin has changed a lot. I think that my skin is a lot more sensitive to products, to the sun, basically to everything. So I've been trying to experiment with sensitive skincare and stay away from harsher products that have a lot of harsh kind of chemicals in them. And I say another ride or die for me is the Aveeno Oat Gel Moisturizer. It's super lightweight. It's good for oily skin, combo skin, and dry skin. And I love an all-around good skincare product that can work for anybody. Those are my favorite to recommend.
Yes, and I completely get that. I have sensitive skin too. Like mine, if any other product than what I do touches it, it'll just like inflame. So I stick with the same products, and I completely get what you're saying, like the sensitivity and stuff. Like, yeah. I honestly, I wish I didn't have sensitive skin, because like even like a face mask sometimes it'll like kind of make my skin red and stuff and get like little bumps.
Yeah, I wish that my skin, because my skin used to be super resilient. I've always had acne prone skin, but I used to be able to pretty much put whatever on it and it would either help or it wouldn't, but it wouldn't necessarily make it worse. And now it's definitely like it will get worse if I put the wrong thing on my skin. Mm-hmm. And I am so sad about that, because I will like want to test out new products and stuff like that. But I'm like, ooh, I'm scared. I do not want to break out. I do not want my skin to get irritated. So it's like a blessing and a curse, because I'm definitely a routine girly. Like, I like to stick to what I know and keep a consistent routine, which works out for me. But yeah, I wish that I could, venture out, try new products without the fear of, having my skin get all red and irritated.
Same. Like, I want to try, how different influencers, they make different, like, skincare lines. And so,
right.
I want to try all the stuff. Like, I want to try Hailey Bieber's line. I want to try, like, all that cool stuff. But, like, my skin, like, I'm so afraid, because it's not, like, the next day I can just put something on and it clears. No, it takes a while. Then I, like, have to go out and stuff. It's just terrible. But,
yeah.
What are your favorite pieces of clothing that you have in your closet right now?
My top 2 favorite pieces in my closet right now, I actually got them both as a birthday gift. I got the New Balance 550s in green and white. They're super cute. I don't wear them that often just because I'm scared of getting them dirty. I really don't want to get them dirty. And, it's winter. There's salt on the ground, slush, rain, all of the above. So I'm not vibing with the weather. So I'm trying to keep my shoes nice. So they're sitting in my closet right now. But I was really excited when I got them, because my parents told me that they were out of stock and that I wasn't going to be able to get them. And I was so sad, but then they surprised me with them for my birthday. So I was really happy about that. And then to match, they got me this oversized forest green zip up. It's so cute. It's so comfortable. I think it's either from PacSun or Urban Outfitters, one of those two, but it's super high quality and I love it. It's like my favorite lounge sweatshirt. So those are definitely my top 2 right now. I'm kind of trying to build a timeless wardrobe at the moment, just stuff that I really like and not necessarily what's trending, because I feel like the trends obviously die off and I'll think that I like a trend and then I'll put it on myself and I'm like, ooh, like I don't even like this. Now I've just wasted money on clothes that I don't want to wear. So I'm trying to really stick to my own personal style and grow my wardrobe that I'll love forever.
Yes, I've been literally not begging, but I've been trying to get my mom to buy me those New Balances. And every time, like, we go to the store, every time she looks online, they are sold out. Like, I've noticed those are really popular shoes. Like, they are crazy, yeah.
And they're so cute.
That's why
all the cutest stuff is always sold out, because everybody wants it.
I know. I just love them so much. They're just, oh my God. Like, I need them. I'm still going to try to see if she can get them for me.
Yeah,
okay.
They're perfect. They go with everything.
Yeah, so now time for the health section. How do you like to plan out and build awareness around the goal?
So what I've started doing more recently with my goals is focusing less on the overall goal and more on the system that I put in place to make the goal happen. So I feel like this is like an example that everybody uses, but if you want to read 5 books in the next 2 months, instead of focusing on the number of books you're reading, focusing more on having dedicated 15, 30 minutes, an hour, however long a day that you are 100% going to sit down with your book is probably going to lead to you being able to read 5 books in 2 months. So that goes for pretty much anything. If you want to cook more healthy meals at home, then focus less on the actual meals that you're cooking and focus more on what you're buying when you go to the grocery store. You know, just simple stuff like that, focusing more on what you're doing to achieve the goal instead of what the overall goal is.
Yeah. And I love to read the book Atomic Habits, and like I started reading it like a couple months ago. Like, I'm not good about reading books, but I'm about halfway into it, and it's like all about what you just said, like all about the things how like you have to focus more on like not the number of books that you read, and he gives like so many different examples like that, and you literally sound like an author. Like, oh my gosh.
Thank you. Yeah, I really want to read Atomic Habits. I've been seeing it everywhere. I see it all over Pinterest. I really want to read it. I need to purchase. But yes, for sure, like just instead of like changing the mindset from I want to do this and this many amount of days, or I want to read this many books, and changing it into like I'm a reader. I am somebody who, like, I don't know, I work out. Like, I am a person who works out, not like I want to go to the gym 3 times a week. You know, like changing the mindset to you identifying as these things instead of just making them things that you want to do.
Yeah, like identity-based habits instead of like outcome-based habits. Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, this is like completely off topic, but I was actually watching one of your YouTube videos yesterday. I don't know which one because I was binge watching, but I don't know which one I was watching. But you're literally like a walking Pinterest board. Like, you have on like all like the cute stuff, like all the stuff that I see all over my Pinterest feed. That's you, and I just want to say like that is literally so cool. Like, I would love to be a walking Pinterest board. That's so cool.
Thank you so much. That is literally a big compliment because I really try to romanticize my life just because I found it very easy in my own personality to find a lot of, you know, negatives and really fall into a slump of negativity and just not enjoying life to the fullest, always thinking about the future or the past or what I could have done better and who I want to be in the future. But I never really prioritized the present. And so that's been something that I've really been trying to do. And some ways that help me do that are just by, you know, finding inspiration on Pinterest and then really trying to make my life fit that, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like, not in an unhealthy way, but, you know, just finding things that I like the aesthetic of and finding ways to bring it into my real life so that I'm not, you know, focused on, oh, I want to be this in the future. Like, you can be who you want to be right now. You just have to find little ways to romanticize life and make it happen for yourself. It doesn't need to be, you know, super big things. So, yeah. Thank you.
And you guys should definitely go subscribe to her YouTube channel. All of like the information for her YouTube channel, her other socials, that'll be in the show notes, so just go check it out. But the next question is, how do you like to show self-love and self-care in your everyday life?
I would say that the biggest way that I show myself self-love and self-care is really by showing up for myself. I have kind of a basic morning routine and kind of flow that goes throughout my day that's pretty similar every single day, but really just making sure that the stuff that I say that I want to do, I follow through with, not for anyone else except for myself. Just showing myself that I care about me enough to do it. Just like if you have a test at school or something and you really care about it, you're going to take the time and you're going to study for it. Mm-hmm. So just in that same way, like when you want to do something for yourself, you want to accomplish something, you want to live your life a certain way, you have to show up for yourself. And that is a way that I find that I grow to love myself more and care for myself more. It's just by doing the little things in my everyday life. Because it doesn't need to be like, you know, a huge self-care night, putting on a face mask, running a bath. Of course, I love to do that. I do that like once a week. But, you know, just in the little ways of, you know, making myself a nice, healthy breakfast that I know is going to make me feel good, you know, throughout the day. And, you know, writing in my to-do list what I want to do and then actually completing that so that I feel nice and accomplished at the end of the day. Just little ways here and there that are me showing up for myself.
Yeah, like at least one thing, big or small, every single day. Yeah. Like how you said, getting the coffee together. It doesn't have to be big, but then the next day you may take like a bath. I completely get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you tell us what you do on a reset day?
So when I'm doing my reset day, most of the time they're pretty busy, but it's all so that it helps me throughout. We're going to go with like a weekly reset. To like what I would do on a weekly reset might be a really busy Monday, but then it'll help me throughout the rest of the week. So I'll do my laundry, I'll clean my whole apartment, I will make sure that I have groceries in the fridge or prep food or snacks for myself so that they're easily accessible throughout the week. I'll make sure that I have clean sheets so that I'm starting the week in a nice fresh bed, and I'll just make sure that I have everything for my week planned out and set goals for myself, just so that throughout the week I'm not worried about those things and I can get the things done that I need to get done and be as efficient and successful throughout the week as I can.
Yeah, and like for me, I like to wash all of my clothes like on a Sunday, and so I'll have all of my clothes that I may want to wear like on Wednesday. I'll have it ready because I washed my clothes on Sunday.
Yes, because nothing is worse than being like, oh, I really want to wear this today. Why didn't I wash it in the days before? I feel like it's all about looking out for your future self, because we know ourselves. We know what we're going to want to wear. We know what's going to, upset us if we don't do it today. And so, yeah, I would say a reset day is all about making things easier for my future self throughout the week.
Yeah, and I also really like to meal prep my food, and it makes it easier. So if it's dinner time, then I have kind of the urge to go get Chick-fil-A or something. But then when I have my meal prep food, it's well, I already have food here, and it's free, and it's already together. And it's better to do it that way.
100%, because I feel like we all have a goal to treat our bodies better, eat better food, and obviously everything in moderation, but definitely we reach for, takeout and, a quick unhealthy meal of processed food or something at home because of convenience. It's because we let ourselves get hungry and now we don't want to cook anything. We would just rather go grab something quick that we know that we like, but definitely having stuff already made makes it 100% so much easier to, meet your goals and treat your body nice with healthy foods because it's already ready. It's right there for you. So 100% I love having meals planned out and just quick, easy, healthy things already made for myself. 100%.
Yeah, totally. So how do you stay organized, and what do you use to organize your life?
So I tried to be a Notion girly. I know that there's tons of people who love Notion. I don't think that I'm tech savvy enough to use Notion. I feel like I use it at the most basic level, and so I have kind of reverted to just using a pen and paper planner, and then I also use my notes app on my phone. If I need to quickly plan out a video, I'll do it in my notes app. That way, while I'm filming, I can go back to my checklist and see, did I film this clip? What's my next step? What am I doing next? What pictures do I need to take for my thumbnail? That's more what I use my notes app for. But everything else, planning out my month, planning out my week, I use just a pen and paper planner. And I just like to make my weekly goals on Monday. I'll write them at the top of my planner, and then I have a big planner that just has a lot of room for writing for each day of the week. So I'll go through and I'll make my to-do list in there every single day, and then, check that off throughout the day. And then for the month, I will use the calendar spread, a regular calendar with the little boxes, and I'll mark, my film and upload schedule or birthdays, events, doctor's appointments, anything like that. I like to just keep that onto my monthly calendar. So yeah, I'm definitely a pen and paper girl. I would love to learn how to use Notion, but I just haven't taken the time to really sit down and see all of the features and see what I can really do with it.
Yes, Notion is kind of difficult. It's I'd rather just have somebody go to do the whole layout for me, and then I can just fill in the things that I want to do. Yeah.
Yes, I would much rather just get a template. But the thing is, I don't even know how to use a template. I don't even know how to get it onto my Notion or anything. I feel very dumb when it comes to Notion. I definitely don't know what's going on with that, but I would definitely love to learn it because it's definitely cute. It's so aesthetic, and Like, it's adorable, but yeah, I should probably learn how to use it because I do want to use it at some point. But yeah, for now, I'm a pen and paper.
I'm literally reading off the questions over my Notion page. Crazy. But when you said about the Notes app, my Notes app is my ride or die. Like, I completely get that. Like, anytime I have an idea that pops up, like, while I'm at the store, I just type it up on there really fast. And it's just so convenient, the Notes app. Like, it's always on my home screen. It's just, yes, I completely get that.
Yeah, I went through my Notes app when I did, like, a digital refresh for the new year, and I went through my Notes app, and I seriously had, like, 600 notes. I had so many notes, and they were just filled with, like, video plans, just quick little thoughts, grocery lists, everything. It's all in there. Like, I love my Notes app. I'm so glad that it exists.
Same. Like, I was, like, so my phone, I'm getting a new one soon, so don't, like, judge me, but my phone has, like, 64 gigabytes, so, like, I'm trying to delete stuff so I can get some more space, and so the issue is that my Notes app takes up 10 gigabytes, and I was like, what is on my Notes app to take all this up? But it's just all these different, like, video ideas, thumbnail ideas, like, all these random thoughts that come into my head, so I completely get that. It's crazy.
For sure.
So, what steps do you like to take to get out of a slump?
Well, the first thing when I'm in a slump is realizing that I'm in a slump, because sometimes I will be in a slump and I'll just let myself, which is totally fine. I think that we all need to have grace with ourselves and realize that we're not going to be productive all the time, but there is a time when rest becomes a slump and you let it go too far. Mm-hmm. It happens to me at least once a month. It probably happens to me. So the first thing that I like to do after I've, identified, like, I'm in a slump, I need to get out of this rut, I need to get back into my routine to feel good, I love to go on YouTube. I'm a YouTube girly. I watch my favorite people, I watch them being productive, I watch their reset videos, I watch their getting out of a slump videos, just to get some inspiration for, getting my stuff together mm-hmm. and getting my life back on track. And then I'll just make a to-do list of things that I know make me feel good, and I'll make sure to prioritize those things, and even if I have to force myself to do them. I really find that once I just start doing them, I realize I enjoy doing this stuff. This is stuff that makes me feel good. And so once I just ignite that little spark and start to do the things that I love to do and make me feel good again, it makes it so much easier to just get myself out of that hole and back on track.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love watching different videos for inspiration. I watch your videos for inspiration all the time. Like, that sounds super creepy.
Thank you.
It sounds creepy, but I watch your videos, like, when I'm in a slump.
I love that. That's literally what I do this for. I'm so happy that you say that. That makes me feel very validated, and I'm glad that there's people using my videos for, the goal that I post them for, so.
Yeah, and they're really, like, you can tell how much work you put into them. Like, it's, like, really good videos. Like, it's so much quality in them. So I just absolutely love it. I use you as, like, inspiration all the time for, like, should I clean my room today? Then I'll watch your cleaning video. Then I'll be like, okay, I'll do it.
Thank you. Yes, that is literally me with everyone. And sometimes even, obviously, I know that not everyone is a YouTube creator, but that is definitely something that inspires me to get the things that I need to get done too, is just, like, being able to make a video out of it. Like, mm-hmm. Anybody who watches my videos, like, that is what inspires me to continue to make videos, to get out of a slump, is creating for everyone. And so, yeah, that's YouTube is my ride or die. Like, YouTube is my stuff. That's my favorite platform for everything.
Yeah, like, I feel like YouTube is so much better than, like I'm not hating on TikTok or Instagram or, like, anything else,
for sure.
But I love YouTube. Like, it's just, like, anything that you want, you can find it on there. And think about, if you want to watch TikToks, they have TikToks on YouTube. It's, like, the major platform. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just, like, different. It's a different vibe than any other type of platform. It's my safe space.
Yeah, and it feels like people are nicer on YouTube than, like, TikTok.
Yes, I don't know if you know who Monet is. I think that her last name is McMichael. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but she's a creator on TikTok, but she also makes YouTube videos. I recently just started watching them, and like her Get Readies with Me, did I say that right? Get Ready with Me's. She is always talking about how like YouTube is her little girl's corner, like that's her safe space. That's when she wants to, open up and spill her tea and stuff like that. So I definitely know that everyone knows the vibes on YouTube. It's a safe space. It's the corner. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and I love her videos. They're so good.
Yes.
Okay, so the last question is, when you're building a new routine, what is your process?
So I have found for myself that I need to, number one, pick things to add into my routine that I'm actually going to do. So for a morning routine, let's say, I would not choose to put my daily wake up time as 5 a.m. I'm not someone who thrives at 5 a.m. I'm actually going to be making a video where I wake up at 5 a.m. for a week, which is going to be interesting. And that's just really, like a challenge for myself. It's not probably something that I'm going to end up doing consistently, just because in the past I've not been someone who thrives at 5 a.m. I'm more likely to snooze my alarm. I find that I'm better at waking up around like 7:30, 7:45. And I know that's not like attainable for everyone. Some people need to be up earlier. But for me, that's when I find myself easiest to wake up, and I don't really need to be awake at 5 a.m. So one, I choose things that are attainable for me and that I'm gonna keep doing consistently. And then also, when I'm building the routine, I will only add in one or two things at a time. So I'm not going to build a whole new routine of things that I don't usually do and then be like, okay, I'm going to start doing all of this tomorrow morning. Let's use another example of a morning routine. So let's say that I'm going to start waking up at 7 a.m. consistently. I'll wake up at 7 a.m. for a week. And then after I've proven to myself, you can do this every day, then I will start adding in my next habit. Let's say I want to make my bed every morning. I'll wake up in the morning and make my bed. And then after I've done that for a week or two, then I'll add in my next habit, and so on until I have built the morning routine that works best for me. And it's all about trial and error, not being too hard on yourself when you don't do these things, and just finding what truly works for you and finding stuff that you look forward to doing, because of course you're always going to be more inclined to do something when you look forward to it. So it's all about finding what works for you, not trying to copy someone else's morning routine because it works for them, because everybody's different, everybody's unique. You might be able to take some aspects of their morning routine and use them to your benefit, but some of them might not work for you. So you just have to adjust it for yourself, and just give yourself grace and know that building a routine is a process. I think that they say it takes 21 days or 28 days to make a habit. So just making sure that you're consistent and showing up for yourself. The motivation to do stuff like that is not always going to be there, so just being determined is really important, and just know that you're doing it for yourself and nobody else. So
Yeah, like, I tried to wake up at 5 a.m. before, and it's like, for some reason, even if I go to bed, like, at 10 or, like, 11 p.m. or something, like, I get a good night's rest. For some reason, I'm still, like, so tired in the morning at 5 a.m., and it's like, I just can't do it. So now I wake up at 7 a.m., so I completely get that, like, how some routines, like, popular routines, they're not always the best thing to do. They're not always good for everybody. So I completely get that. Like, my sister, she can wake up at 5 a.m. every day, but I just can't do that. For some reason, I just get more tired, but I completely get that. So I have just like a bonus question, because I'm just kind of curious. So who are your favorite lifestyle YouTubers on YouTube?
So let me actually go to the people who I subscribe to.
Okay.
My most watched. Of course. I feel like if you watch any type of content like that I make, or like anything like that, any routines, anything, productive day of my life, you know who Fernanda is. She is that girl for sure.
She's like the queen.
She is the queen, seriously. Michaela Bento, I don't know if you know who that is, but she makes amazing videos. Her editing is super awesome. I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely her. There's a girl named Adriana. I'm not sure how to say her last name. It's like Narija.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, I love her. She is so sweet. I love her videos. I like Emily Palici. I don't know if that's how you say her last name either.
I think it's Palucci.
Yeah, it's something like that. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I really love her. Kenna Marie, Michaela Mags, Lena Lifts. I'd say, like, all of the main people, like, I feel like they're the most popular people, but they're my favorite. I love them.
Yes,
so.
I absolutely love Adriana. I love her. Like, every time I watch her videos, like, they kind of just, like how I was saying, it gives me inspiration to do things. And, like, when I'm trying to tell my friends, like, I like this girl, I can't even, like, say people's last names, so I just have to show it to them. And then, like, with Emily Palucci, yeah, the only reason I know how to pronounce her last name is because I heard, like, somebody say it on YouTube before, so I was like, oh, that's how you say it. But, do you also watch Adela?
I have seen some of her videos. I don't watch her consistently. I am not subscribed to her, but I'm always looking for new people. Sometimes it takes me like a couple of videos, and then I'm like, okay, I am going to subscribe to them. Because, like, when I first started watching Michaela Bento, I watched, like, one of her videos, and then I, like, clicked off of it. And then I seen it pop up in my feed a little bit later, like a different video, and I clicked on it, and I watched a little bit more, but I still didn't subscribe. And then I watched another video, and then I just literally went on a binge. Like, I was like, wait, I have been asleep on this girl. She's great. And so, yeah, sometimes it just takes me a few videos to really get into them, you know, find out their personality. I love watching people who just have, like, a nice, bubbly, uplifting personality. That's, like, the main reason. Besides, like, editing and stuff, like, that's just a bonus. I love watching people with, you know, just a good personality, make me feel good and uplifted and motivated.
Yeah, I love Kenna Marie, too. Her, like, room is just so cute. Like, it's just, oh my gosh. Like, I wish my room could look cute like hers. It's so cute.
I love her room so, so much. I always feel like I'm finding inspiration from her from everything. Like, her wardrobe is so cute, her room is so cute, like the little pictures that she snaps are so cute. I just love everything about her. That is one of my girls for sure. And I also love that she is kind of, you know how we were talking about being true to yourself, especially like in the content that you create.
Yeah.
She has been kind of changing her content a little bit, making videos that are, you know, more chill, less structured, and just, like, about her life. And I just feel like that's so important to be able to grow and mature with your channel and not be afraid to, you know, change things up, even if, you know, people think that it won't perform well or whatever. Because at the end of the day, even though, you know, we do it because we love it, you know, what performs well is still always going to be on our minds. And so I feel like it's kind of scary sometimes for creators to kind of branch out and mature and change their content as they're changing as a person. But I just think that's really inspirational that she is doing that and that she can do that. And I love that her community is so supportive of her.
Yeah, and she seems so nice, like, in real life. If you met her, she seems so sweet and, like, so fun to talk to.
Absolutely. I would love, like, I don't know if this will ever happen, but, like, I would just love to be able to go to different events and be able to meet these people just because they are, like, they feel like your friends. That's something that I feel like is so special about YouTube, is that you really get to know someone and you really feel like they are your friend, and that if you met them in person, you would be able to just so easily have a conversation and talk to them. And I just really love that.
Yeah, like with Fernanda's videos, it literally seems like you're coming with her on a day. Like, it just seems like you're in her day-to-day life, and it's like she doesn't make it seem like so cinematic all the time. It's just like real vlogs, and I love when people do stuff like that.
Yeah, same. I love that.
And, like, when I was watching your videos, I was like, I bet this lady is really nice in real life, because, like, just the way that you do your videos and stuff, like, it seems like you put a lot of time into it, and it just seems like you're just a nice person, kind of like how Kenna Marie gives me, like, nice person vibes and stuff like that. Like, and I was like, when I do this, it's not going to be weird, like the podcast, because I've done interviews with people who are just, they don't really talk, and so I love how you, like, you give me all the vibes, and, like, you just completely, like, answer all the questions, like, actually answer them, not just, like, yes, no, but you actually give, like, a full answer. Like, I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, I really think that it's important whenever I'm making any type of video. Obviously, like, Instagram and TikTok are a little bit different. I'm not really on TikTok a lot. I view a lot of TikToks. I love to scroll, but I don't necessarily create a lot of content on TikTok, and I create reels here and there and, like, post on my stories on Instagram. But I just love YouTube because I feel like I can have a conversation with people, and, like, when I'm talking to the camera, obviously it took some getting used to, but I feel like I'm just really talking to people, like, on the phone. And, like, right now I love that we're just, like, having a conversation, because I feel like that's my favorite type of podcast to listen to.
Yeah.
It's, like, ones that feel like just like I'm on the phone with my friend and not super like someone is talking at me, you know what I mean? And I just feel like it's really fun to get a chance to do that.
Yeah, it is. Like, I don't know if you ever listened to it. Like, you probably have, but Emma Chamberlain's podcast, like, it literally seems like you're just talking to her. Like, it doesn't even seem like a podcast. Like, sometimes I forget, and I'm like, is this a podcast or something? Like, and I also listen to Caitlin Nolan's podcast, and
yes, yeah, I love her.
Me too.
My gosh, I love her. She's one of my favorite podcasters to listen to. I also watch her YouTube videos, but I love her podcast the most.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Like, her podcast episodes, like, it's like she always knows what I need, and that sounds weird, but, like, it's like she does. Like, her most recent one, when she did, like, an interview with this lady, I can't remember her name. I think it was, like, something Joyner. I can't remember for sure, because I listened to that, like, last week, but I love how she does her episodes. Like, it's not really, like, we're talking about this and this only. No, like, whatever comes into her mind, she just talks about it, and I love that she does that, and it's so real. And, like, yeah, I like her YouTube videos too, like we were talking about, but I really do like her podcast even more, because I feel like her podcasts are even more, like, you're engaged with it even more than, like, her YouTube videos. But, yeah, I love her content.
Yeah, same. She is actually the person, I haven't started a podcast, but I would love to start a podcast at some point throughout the year. Just kind of, you know, like a similar podcast, like just talking about life and kind of just like giving my 2 cents, you know, tips on what I've gone through in life. And yeah, like how you said, she just knows what I need. Like, I absolutely love that. I feel like that is one thing that attracts me to certain creators, is like when I'm listening to their stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was literally for me. Like, I needed to hear that. And it's just like, it just kind of shows like we're all, you know, on the same vibe. We've all been through the same kind of stuff, and it really is just like a friendship. Yeah.
And I listened to this girl, I think her name was Kaylee Stewart, and I love her podcast too. I don't know if you know the podcast, but I
know exactly what you're talking about. It's called like Hot Girl something.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I love that one. Like, it's like she sounds so like friendly for some reason. Like, I like people who sound friendly. It's not just like harsh, like kind of like do this and do that to have like a good day. No, like she's really like open with it, and I totally love her too. And I love how like you also like Caitlin Nolan. Like, I obsess over Caitlin Nolan like a lot, and then it just disappoints me when like my friends are like, who is Caitlin Nolan? It's like, are you kidding me? Like, I love her so much. Like, I get upset when people don't know who she is, 'cause I have to explain it to her. It's just crazy.
Yes, I have no friends. Well, I do have friends that like watch YouTube, but like nobody is like me. Like, nobody is like a YouTube girly like me. Nobody is a podcast girly like me. And so I'll literally be talking about these people, and they're like, yeah. But really, I know that they have no idea who I'm talking about. Like, they're basically just listening to me talk to be a supportive friend, because, yeah, they do not know any of the people that I'm talking about ever. But that's okay.
Yeah, same. That's how my friends are, because it's like I have to literally go into, like, podcast and then show them this is who it is. Like, they need to see their face, and they're like, oh, I've seen her on YouTube. It's like, yeah. And why don't you listen to our podcast? It's so good. And I'm always like recommending different things like podcasts and YouTube videos, because like you were saying, like a lot of my friends, they don't watch YouTube, listen to podcasts. They're more like TikTok people. And it's like, I have no hate on TikTok, but I like to listen to podcasts more, and YouTube videos kind of like engage me more than TikToks. And yeah, that's just how I am. But I completely get what you're saying about that. I cannot believe somebody else is the same. Like, that's crazy.
Yes, I love long form content.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, like, obviously, like any person, I scroll on TikTok, I scroll on Instagram, but I love being able to just sit down and watch a YouTube video while I'm, like, eating my lunch or, like, eating a snack or just chilling. And I love being able to turn on a podcast while I drive. I prefer to, like, listen to a podcast rather than listen to music in the car. I mean, sometimes I'm in a music mood, but I just love to listen to podcasts in the car. And no, it's just like, it's all the vibes. I love listening to people talk, and I don't know. It's just great. I love long form content.
Yeah, I love podcasts. But thank you so much for being here with me doing this episode. People are gonna love it because you were just so sweet. Like, you're giving all the vibes, like I said earlier. Like, you're just so sweet. And you guys can definitely go follow all her social medias in the show notes down below. So just scroll down, you can find everything. Go subscribe to her YouTube channel. She posts, like, incredible content. If you like Fernanda Ramirez, she's gonna be like your girl right there. So go subscribe to her YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun. And thank you for being the first person to invite me onto their podcast. I feel very special and seen. So thank you so much.
Of course.